everyone. This is the fifth lecture. So we can have a quick recap about what all things we have discussed so far. So the very first class we discussed about slope and angle of inclination. Then when the point is given, how to find the slope. Then later on, we saw when two lines are parallel, slopes has to be equal, and then two lines are perpendicular, the product of the slope is -1. Then we moved on to various forms of straight line. We saw like slope point form, then 2-point form, then slope intercept form, normal form, general form, also, and the conversion of general form to intercept form, slope intercept form, or normal form. Okay. Then last lecture we saw that what is the perpendicular distance of a point from a line, right? So these are the things that we have discussed, and we did some problems also. So now we are going ahead. So let's say now we want to find out what is the perpendicular distance of a line from the origin. So now if you see here, suppose the line equation is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Is it okay? Now if you remember the discussion when we discussed how to convert a general equation into a normal form, what we said, that first you transpose the c on the right hand side and ensure that the right hand side is positive. Means if it is coming negative, then multiply with a minus and ensure it is positive, and divide by root under a square plus b square both the sides, and here also root under a square plus b square, and then we say that this value is going to be p. P is what? The perpendicular distance from the origin. So now the time has come that we verify that what we got that time, is it right or wrong. Okay. So last class we discussed the formula. What is the formula? If you want to find the perpendicular distance, what we will do? In place of x we should substitute x1, in place of y we should substitute y1. So our perpendicular distance will be given as a into 0 plus b into 0 plus c divided by root under a square plus b square. So what we got? We got mod c by root under a square plus b square. Okay. So length, we are talking about the length only, isn't it? So mod is a positive quantity and this is a positive quantity. So we got how much? Mod c by root under a square plus b square. And last time from the normal form equation also we got exactly the same thing. Okay. Then we have distance between the two parallel lines. Okay. So when they say parallel lines, so what is the condition? If you remember, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, isn't it? So you see like this. Suppose we have two lines, ax plus by plus c1 equal to 0, and the other line is ax plus by plus c2 equal to 0. Now we want to find the perpendicular distance between them. So when two lines are parallel, their perpendicular distance will be always same, isn't it? So what we can do, we can assume any one point p, h1 comma h comma k on the first line. Okay. And we can try to evaluate what is the perpendicular distance using this formula. So when you substitute, what will you get? You'll get mod of h plus bk plus c2 divided by root under a square plus b square. Okay. But also this point p lies on the first line, isn't it? So if it lies on the first line, it will satisfy the equation. So what is the equation? Ax plus by plus c1 equal to 0. So since p lies, what we will get? Ah plus bk plus c1 equal to 0. Now what is ah plus bk? Ah plus bk is minus c1. So in this quantity, this ah plus bk can be replaced with what? Minus c1, isn't it? So ultimately what we got? We got mod of c2 minus c1 divided by root under a square plus b square. Are we clear? Means suppose there is a line given 3x plus 4y plus 9 equal to 0, and let's say another line is 3x plus 4y plus let's say 4 equal to 0. So when you try to find out what is the perpendicular distance between them, it will be mod of c2 minus c1. So you can take any one as c1 and any one as c2. So let's say this is c2 and this is c1. So what will you write? 9 minus 4 divided by root under 3 square plus 4 square, which is 5. So we got how much? 1 as the answer. But suppose the question contains minus here, then it will be what? 9 minus of minus. So it will become 9 plus 4 and it will become how much? 13 by 5. Is it okay? One checkpoint here is, or one important thing that we have to keep in mind is that suppose the line equation is written 3x plus 4y plus 9 equal to 0, and the other equation is written 6x plus 8y plus 2 equal to 0. So yes, I do agree that these lines are parallel, because here it will a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, but this formula will not be applicable. Why this formula will not be applicable? Because the reason lies here. You have replaced ah plus bk equal to minus c1, isn't it? So here you are not getting ah plus bk, you are getting 2 times ah plus 2 times bk. Okay, so I mean, not much to get involved. What you should remember is that if you want to apply this formula, you have to ensure that this coefficient of x and coefficient of y in both the equations are correspondingly equal. Means first you divide this equation and bring into that shape 3x plus 4y plus 1 equal to 0, and now apply the formula, which will be 9 minus 1 divided by 5. So the answer will be 8 by 5. Okay, so please make sure remember this. There is a possibility that you may miss out and commit mistake. So let's see a question exactly on the same concept. See, they have given x minus 2y equal to 7, and they have given this. So first thing, are they parallel? Answer is yes. When you calculate the ratio 1 by 4, this will be minus 2 by minus 8, which is also 1 by 4, and which is not equal to minus 7 by 3. So clearly the lines are parallel. Now how to calculate perpendicular distance? So as I said, first you convert this equation 4x minus 8y plus 3 equal to 0 in the form x minus 2y. So divide by 4, we got how much? X minus 2y plus 3 by 4 equal to 0. Also, you should not have a confusion that why we are taking always this. No problem, you can take this also, but this time you will multiply and you will write what? 4x minus 8y and minus 28 equal to 0. So you can do this also, there is no issue with that. Okay, now the other equation is x minus 2y minus 7 equal to 0. So what is c1? C1 is, let's say, 3 by 4. What is c2? C2 is minus 7. So according to the formula, it will be c2 minus c1 divided by root under a square plus b square. So when I do this, 4 7 are 28 and 31. So we got 31 by 4 root 5. If you want, you can rationalize and you can write 31 root 5 by 20. So this is the distance between these two parallel lines. Is it okay? Also, distance of a point from a line is perpendicular distance, and it is also called as the shortest or the minimum possible distance. Means when somebody say what is the minimum possible distance, we should understand they are talking about the shortest distance. Okay. So can you try a question? Question is, let a line pass through P1, 2 and is at a maximum possible distance from Q3, 7. So you're supposed to find its equation. So I will say that you can pause the video, again attempt the question, and once you get an answer or don't get an answer, you can come back and you can refer. Okay. I'm solving it straightforward. So what is happening? There is a line passing through P1, 2. So to give an insight, there is 1, 2. There is a point here. Okay. Up through this, there is a line passing. Which line? I don't know. So I'm just drawing a general line. Okay. We can take a point on it. So let's say this is the point P, whose coordinate is 1, 2. That is somewhere 3, 7. So 3, 7 will be somewhere in the sky. So let's take this Q as 3, 7. Now, which line will be at maximum possible distance? So I would say you see multiple lines. Okay, I'll say you draw a line like this. Okay. What is the distance of the Q from the line? Answer is 0, because Q lies on the line itself, isn't it? Now case number 2, we can take another line, and let's say I can draw a line something like this. Is it okay? So which is the perpendicular distance? This is the perpendicular distance. So can you see the distance have increased? When I rotated the line in this direction, you can see that the direction has increased. Or if you would have rotated in this direction also, if I would have rotated in this direction also, still you can see that the distance has increased, isn't it? Perpendicular distance. Are you getting it? Okay. Now again, for the reference, let me change color and let me take some green color if it is visible. Suppose I have drawn a line like this. So can you further see that the perpendicular distance has increased? Isn't it? And also you can see that the green has come little more closer. Okay, you rotate little bit and draw another line. So let me take, let's say, brown color. Okay, so let's say this brown color line I have drawn something like this. Assume they all are passing through the line. Okay, I'm not a art teacher. So again, when you draw, you can see that it has come little bit more closer, isn't it? I mean, perpendicular distance, so it will not come this side, it will come, let's say, this side. Okay, so what basically you can see is that when we are keep on rotating, you can see the distance is increasing. and after some time again it will start decreasing, isn't it? Like you can see in the case of this blue line. Are you getting it? So now think that when maximum distance will come. Think when maximum distance will come. So answer is maximum distance will come when line joining Q and P becomes perpendicular to the line. Which line? Means the line which you are searching for, right, which is at maximum possible distance, will be the line which will be perpendicular to line joining QP. Again I am trying to give another, same explanation again. Like suppose if you draw the line like this, so this is the perpendicular distance, you rotate the line. So suppose you have drawn the line here, again you can see distance has increased, you come again, isn't it? Again you can see distance has increased, isn't it? And if you rotate in the other direction, again you will see that the distance has decreased, isn't it? So basically what is happening, the distance will keep on increasing, then it will attain a maximum value and then again it will decrease. Other way of explanation is, suppose if you take this line and if you drop a perpendicular, can you see that this line will behave as a hypotenuse and this is altitude? So hypotenuse is always greater than the altitude, isn't it? You take another example, suppose you take another case, you draw a line like this, drop again perpendicular. If you have drawn this perpendicular, again this line is hypotenuse and hypotenuse is always greater than what? The altitude. So when maximum value will come? When the altitude or when the hypotenuse itself becomes the altitude. I think I have over explained. So now I'm writing the solution. So slope of PQ is how much? 7 minus 2 divided by 3 minus 1, which is equal to 5 by 2. So what is the slope of the line L? Slope of the line is going to be how much? Minus 2 by 5. So you got the slope and it is passing through the point P1 comma 2. So line equation is y minus 2 is equal to minus 2 by 5 into x minus 1. Okay. Simplification you can do. So 5y minus 10 is minus 2x plus 2. So 5y plus 2x is equal to 12, and that is the required equation. Okay. If you have not been able to get it, I will say listen to the lecture again. Okay. Now let's see another question. Question is, let a line L makes an intercept A and B on the coordinate axis, and then the coordinate axes are rotated about origin through an angle 60 degree in anti-clockwise direction, such that new intercepts becomes alpha and beta. Then prove that something they are asking. Okay. So think like this. Suppose this is the original coordinate axis. This is the original coordinate axis, and let's say this is the line. So this line is making an intercept of A and is making an intercept of B. So I will just write this coordinate as A comma 0 and this is 0 comma B. Now suppose a new king has come. New king said that no, I will not accept this as the coordinate axis. He said, okay, do one thing, about origin you rotate by 60 degree. Okay. Let's rotate by 60 degree. In which direction? Anti-clockwise direction. So y will come something like this. Let me draw it. So this is going to be what? 90 degree. Now you should not assume like this and this is parallel. Nothing that sort of. So just to avoid that confusion, I will change the inclination of this line so that you don't pre-assume anything else. Okay. So we have this is going to be A comma 0 and this is going to be 0 comma B. Okay. Now when you have rotated or let me redraw this line again so that a better insight will come. So I'm drawing a line like this. Yeah. So this coordinate is what? Alpha beta something they have said, right? Okay. So not alpha. Let's take this is alpha comma 0 and this is 0 comma beta. Okay. And this is with the respect to new coordinate axis. So this coordinate is alpha dash comma 0 and this coordinate is 0 comma beta dash. The rotation has happened by how much? 60 degree. So they are asking us to prove that a square, b square and alpha square, beta square, something like that they are asking. Okay. So my question is that what is common in both the system? I mean, what is one thing that has not changed at all in both the system? So the answer is origin. Origin position in the initial phase, I mean initial coordinate axis, and as well as in the second coordinate axis, origin has not changed, isn't it? So if origin has not changed, right, the perpendicular distance of the line from the origin also will not change. Can you get this? Means if I have to draw a perpendicular here from the origin, there will be only one perpendicular, isn't it? So whether you rotate the coordinate axis, you are not rotating the line. Please be clear on this. You are rotating the coordinate axis. So even if you rotate further also, still the perpendicular distance of the line will not change. Are you getting it? Okay. So if I ask you what is the line equation, what is the line equation with respect to the old coordinate axis? Old axis, okay. Old axis. So intercepts are given, so you can write x by alpha plus y by beta is equal to 1. And with a new axis after rotation, what is the equation? X by alpha dash plus y by beta dash is equal to 1. Now if I ask you what is perpendicular distance, so perpendicular distance from origin, perpendicular distance from origin, what will you write? Mod of 0 by alpha plus 0 by beta minus 1 divided by root under 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square, isn't it? And if you evaluate with respect to the new axis, again what will you be writing? You will write 0 by alpha dash plus 0 by beta dash minus 1 divided by root under 1 by alpha dash square plus 1 by beta dash square, isn't it? And I hope you appreciate that both the lengths will be equal, because you have not changed the position of the line and the origin. They are on the same position, only the coordinate axis has got rotated. Okay. Later on in the chapter, on the last we'll see like a rotation of axis also. So from there again we'll get more detail about this concept. So anyway, from here we got how much? We can square both the sides, or we can do the cross multiplications and we can square it. So we got 1 by alpha dash square plus 1 by beta dash square is equal to 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square, which we can also write as alpha dash whole to the power minus 2 beta dash whole to the power minus 2 is equal to alpha to the power minus 2 and beta to the power minus 2. This is what exactly we have to prove it. Okay, fine, let's go to the next. So next we have is find the ratio in which the line ax plus by plus c divides the line segment joining a x1 comma y1 b x2 comma y2. So this I think in 10th standard you would have seen. I think it is the first question of the optional exercise. So what we have is that there is a line. Let's say is a line segment. A coordinate is x1 comma y1 and b coordinate is x2 comma y2, and then there is a line which is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So we have to find that this line is dividing in what ratio. So we can assume that the ratio is, let's say, lambda is to 1, and we can try to find what is the coordinates of p. So what is the coordinate of p using section formula? It is lambda x2 plus x1 divided by lambda plus 1, and it is lambda y2 plus y1 by lambda plus 1. Now also you can see that the p lies on the line, isn't it? L, the line L. So it will satisfy the equation, isn't it? So we can feed there. So we got a into lambda x2 plus x1 by lambda plus 1 plus b into lambda y2 plus 1 by lambda plus 1 plus c equal to 0. So when you quickly simplify this, you will get like lambda ax2 plus ax1 lambda by2 plus b and plus c lambda plus c equal to 0. So we can send this term, and oh sorry, this is not 1, this is y1. So you will not get b, you will get b by 1. Yeah, so send these three terms on the right hand side. Okay, send on the right hand side. So you got lambda common, and you got how much? Ax2 plus by2 plus c is equal to minus of ax1 plus by1 plus c. So what is lambda? Lambda is minus of ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by ax2 plus by2 plus c. Is it okay? Now already we have discussed the position of a point with respect to a line, isn't it? So now what is happening? Think like this. This line equation is ax plus by plus c. Suppose if x1 is here, x1 comma y1 is here, and x2 comma y2 is here. So you can see both the points are on the opposite side, isn't it? So what we learned in the last lecture is that if two points are on the opposite side, right, the value of ax1 by1 and c and ax2 by2 and c will be of opposite sign, isn't it? So when you take these points and they are on opposite sides, you will see if one value is positive, other value is going to be negative. So overall their value will be negative and there is a minus outside, so it will become what? Positive. Is it okay? So you will see that the lambda is to one value, what you are getting, you are getting some positive value, isn't it? So from there what we can conclude? We can conclude that it is internal division. Is it okay? Then similarly, let's say x2 y2 is also on the same side here only. So what you can see when you evaluate ax1 by1 plus c and ax2 by2 plus c, you will see both are same sign, isn't it? So when both are of same sign, you will see that this whole quantity will be what? Negative. When this whole quantity is negative, what it will give? It will give the information that both the lines, both the points are on the same side. Means the division is happening external division. This is x1 x2 line segment. So when you extend it, it is meeting somewhere. So this line is dividing line point joining x1 y1 and x2 y2 externally. Are we clear? Now the same thing we can do, we can reduce little bit of calculation with the help of little bit of geometry. Okay, so see like this same diagram. Let me copy this. I can solve here also. Yeah, and let's solve with a little different color. Think like this. If I drop a perpendicular here and if I drop a perpendicular here, sorry, you drop a perpendicular here and drop a perpendicular here. Okay, so I'm asking, please help me in getting the value of bm and an. Okay, so bm is how much? Bm is mod of ax2 plus by2 plus c divided by root under a square plus b square. And what is an? An is again mod of x1 plus by1 plus c divided by root under a square plus b square. Okay, now can you see that these two triangles are similar? Why they are similar? Because vertically opposite angle are 90 degrees. So when the two triangles are similar, the ratio of their sides are equal. It means AP by BP will be also equal to AN by BM. Can you understand this? What is AP by BP? It is lambda by 1. And what is AN by BM? When you divide these guys, you will get how much? Mod of AX1 plus BY1 plus C divided by AX2 plus BY2 plus C. Okay. Now you can see more or less the values what you have got it same. Like there also you got x1 by1 c, ax2 by2 and c, and here also you got what? Mod of this. So how we will know whether we have to take plus or minus? So simple thing. Again with the discussion that I had, by evaluating the value of ax1 by1 c and ax2 by2 c, you will come to know whether the points are on the same side or different side. If different side, it means what? It is internal division. So nobody will ask you, they will ask you basically what? They will ask you, tell me what is the ratio. So ratio you will say 2:3 or 2:3. Here what do you mean by 2:3? 2:3 two times. One time it is internal division or whether it is external division. So you have found out 2:3. The only thing you have to conclude whether it is internal division or external division. How will you conclude? So check whether the points are on the same side or opposite side. Opposite side means internal division, same side means external division. Okay, so you can see a lot of calculations got reduced from here. Okay, So quickly we'll do one more question. So let's say let ABC is an equilateral triangle with vertex A as 3 comma 5 and equation of line BC is given. Find the area of triangle. So see what is happening. There is A, which is, let's say, 3 comma 5. This is BC, whose equation is 5x plus 12y minus 40 equal to 0. So my first question is it possible to find this perpendicular distance? Answer is yes. So let's find AM. So what is AM? AM is mod of 5 into 3 plus 12 into 5 minus 40 divided by root under 5 square 12 square, which is, I'm sure you know, 13. So 12 5 is 60, 60 minus 40 will give you 20 plus 15 will give you 35. So we got distance is how much? 35 by 30. It is equilateral triangle, isn't it? Equilateral triangle. So this, we know that this angle is how much? 60 degree. And let's call this thing as H. So you got H is equal to how much? H you got 35 by 13. Is it okay? But, and let's say the side of the equilateral triangle is A. So by trigonometry we can also say that H is what? A sine 60, isn't it? Or if you know directly a formula like, H is equal to root 3 A by 2, from there also you can calculate. If not, no problem. H is equal to how much? A sine 60. So what is A? A is nothing but H by sine 60, and sine 60 is how much? Root 3 by 2. So we got how much? 2H by root 3. So what is area of equilateral triangle? Area of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 into side square delta. So we got how much? Root 3 by 4 into side square. What is side? Side is 2. 2 square will give you 4. H will give you h square, and divided by how much? 3. 4 and 4 cancel. We got how much? H square by root 3, which is 35 square by root 3 into 13 square. 35 square is 25, 4 3 is at 12, and this is 169 into root 3, that is centimeter square or unit square. Is it okay? Or you can also use half into base into height. Height already you got, A already you got, from there you can evaluate it. Okay. Now we can see a very small topic. The small topic is that concurrency of straight lines. So let's say there are three lines, L1, L2, L3, and these lines will be said to be concurrent if they all pass through a single point. Means suppose this is line L1, this is line L2, and there is a third line which is also passing through the point of intersection of L1 and L2. So what we will say? We will say that these three lines are concurrent. Okay. Now why we have taken three lines? Because for two lines anyway, if it is not parallel, it will meet at one point, isn't it? So there is no point in talking about it. But if let's say 3 4 lines all are passing through a single point, then we will say that the lines are concurrent. So how to check they're concurrent? So basic method is that you solve L1 and L2. When you solve L1 and L2, let's say the point of intersection is alpha and beta, and then this alpha beta should also lie on the third line. So substitute this alpha beta into the third equation. If it is satisfied, it means what? This line L3 is also passing through alpha beta. So all three of them is passing through alpha beta. So we can say that the lines are concurrent. Okay. This is one method. Okay. But I mean, again, you can see like evaluations and all is involved. So there is another way by which we can do this. So if the three lines are concurrent, so what you do? You make a determinant. You make a determinant with the help of the coefficients of x, y, and constant. Okay. So list down a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, a3, b3, c3, and equate it to what? 0. Equate it to 0. So if the result comes 0, means when you evaluate this, if this comes 0 equal to 0, then it means what? The lines are concurrent. But if you get like something 2 equal to 0, it means what? The lines are not concurrent. Means what I mean is, if this value comes 0, it means it is concurrent. If this value comes non-zero, it is non-concurrent. But vice versa is not true. Why it is not true? So that we'll learn little bit in determinants when it will be taught. But as of now, simple thing, you evaluate this determinant. If it is 0, it is concurrent. If it is not, it is not concurrent. Okay. But vice versa is not true. Means tomorrow if somebody comes and say that this is equal to 0, it doesn't mean that these are, it doesn't mean that they are obviously concurrent. Why and all you can leave it as of now. Okay. So let's see a question. Suppose this is the question, they're asking show that find the value of lambda for which this is concurrent. So you don't do much, just list down the coefficients: lambda, 2 lambda, 3, 2, minus 1, 7, 1, 1, 4. I'm pretty sure in vectors you would have come across how to evaluate the determinant like I, j, k, and here numbers are written, so you will hide this and you will do this, isn't it? So same way the determinants are evaluated. So what we will write, lambda into, hide this and hide this, you got minus 1 into 4, which is minus 4, and minus 7. Now remove this, then it is what, plus 2 lambda, hide this and hide this, so you would have learned with minus most probably. So minus 2 lambda, hide this, so we got 2 4s are 8, minus 7, hide. Okay, and the last is 3 times, now hide this and this, so what you got, how much, 2 into 1 is 2, and minus of minus 1 is plus 1. Okay, so this quantity should be equal to 0. So when you simplify, you got like minus 11 lambda, then minus 2 lambda, and 3 3s are 9 equal to 0. So we got like 13 lambda is equal to 9. So we got lambda is equal to how much, 9 by 13. If lambda is 9 by 13, then this is the lambda value. Okay, and then the lines will be concurrent. Or the method number, this is method number 1. Okay, method number 2 is what, that these equations are given, isn't it? Solve them. So let's do the method 2 also. Let's solve 2x minus y plus 7 equal to 0 and x plus y plus 4 equal to 0. When you add these equations, you got like 3x plus 11 equal to 0. So x is how much, minus 11 by 3. And y value, so y value is nothing but 2x plus 7, so which is minus 22 by 3, and plus 7, which is minus 1 by 3. Okay, now if these three lines are concurrent, this point should also satisfy the given equation, isn't it? So the equation is lambda x plus 2 lambda y and plus 3 equal to 0. So quickly do this. We got lambda minus 11 lambda by 3 and minus 2 lambda by 3 plus 3 equal to 0. So when you simplify, you got like minus 13 lambda plus 9 equal to 0. So again you got lambda is equal to 9 by 13. So you can see by both the methods we are getting the same answer, but clearly this is little on easier on the calculation side. Okay, fine. So that's all for today. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.